Welcome back, it's Not, and today I have another big video for you guys. We are going to be discussing a Final Fantasy XVI update. We're going to be discussing Elden Ring, and lastly, we'll be talking about Deathloop and its exclusivity. Now, before we get into that, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. Now, let's get right into it with this article that comes from thegamer.com titled Final Fantasy XVI Might Be a Timed PS5 Exclusive. So according to a brand new PlayStation Brazil advertisement that launched today, it looks like Final Fantasy XVI might be a timed PS5 exclusive. The PlayStation ad detailed which games will be coming or are on the next-gen console this year. The first three games being Deathloop, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Godfall, all of which will also be available on PC. This fact is even mentioned in the ad. However, some helpful translators on Reset Era were able to pull an important quote from the video regarding Final Fantasy XVI's launch. It reads, Final Fantasy XVI not available on other platforms for a limited time after the release on PS5. So when the game was announced, it was confirmed that it would also be coming to PC. However, for how long Final Fantasy XVI will be exclusive to the PS5, we didn't know. As it's pointed out in the Reset Era post, even Project Athia, also from Square Enix, was given a rough exclusivity window of about 2 years. So this is still up in the air, and we don't know exactly what's going to be happening with this exclusive deal. We do know that it's going to be a timed exclusive for sure, and it's going to go to PC afterwards. And this was something that we've known for a while now. Is it a 1 year thing, a 2 year thing? Still up in the air. We don't know exactly. Hell, even Final Fantasy VII Remake right now, we believed it to be a 1 year timed exclusive, and it seems like it might even go past that 1 year time frame, and it could be even longer, as we technically don't know that Square Enix is right away going to put out this game day and date after a year on all the other platforms. So it's exciting to hear about this. I mean, Final Fantasy XVI is still ways away. We're probably not going to see it this year. Maybe if we're lucky, we're going to see it in 2022, as it is the next big Final Fantasy game in the mainline series. So they want to make sure that they hit every point right on, especially after what happened with Final Fantasy 15. Now on to our next topic, and this comes from WCCF Tech. This is all about the Elden Ring reveal. We've heard a lot about rumors and everything surrounding that. We got some leaks, so we're going to dive deeper into this. So it's titled The Elden Ring Reveal Hasn't Been Pushed Back by Leaks, as it was never going to happen in March. So we've got a couple people talking in this one. We've got Lance McDonald, and of course we've got Jeff Grubb as well. So speaking on Twitter, Lance McDonald, a well-known figure in the Souls community who developed the Bloodborne 60 FPS patch, revealed that the leaked trailer hasn't pushed back the reveal, as it was never meant to happen in March to begin with. And this is almost in response to VentureBeat's Jeff Grubb, who was one of the ones talking about how there's going to be a reveal in March. And then yesterday he talked about how it may not happen now because of the leak that have forced Bandai Namco to change plans. Now, the thing is, he's not saying that this is a fact, this is verbatim what they have told me or explicitly have told me. He's saying that he believes that this could be a reaction to the leaks happening, which then Lance McDonald says people are just using the leaks as an excuse as for why their inaccurate predictions aren't coming true. Whether he's taking a direct shot at Jeff Grubb, I don't know, but that's what he's saying. Personally, I think that it would be wild for them to push back a reveal based on a leak, at least in my opinion, right? Like, I don't know that that's something they would or wouldn't do, but it seems odd that if they intended to do a reveal in March, that they wouldn't do it because some footage leaked. At the end of the day, leaks happen all the time. That doesn't mean you don't show off your game or whatever it may be. But I do think that regardless of all this, I don't see there not being some sort of trailer sometime this year, more than likely around E3 time, where Bandai Namco is going to do their next event, where they have the trademark the Bandai Namco Next. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, a lot of speculation here. We've got some people talking about this that, you know, we don't know for sure whether they actually know anything about it. Jeff Grubb is in the games industry, and he's, you know, got a lot of connections, to say the least, so I don't doubt that he knows something. And then Lance McDonald also is coming at this from another angle. But that's all I have for you guys for Elden Ring. On to our last topic, and this is all about Bethesda and Deathloop. And this comes from VideoGamesChronicle.com, and it's titled, Bethesda Reiterates Deathloop's PS5 Console Exclusivity. So the latest issue of Game Informer magazine, which features Deathloop as its cover story, includes the statement from a Bethesda spokesperson which suggests that Arcane Studios isn't currently working on an Xbox version of the game. In quotes, the acquisition hasn't affected day-to-day development of Deathloop, which we're developing exclusively for PlayStation 5 on console and also PC, the statement reads. So this shouldn't really come as a surprise. Number one, we know that even though they've been acquired by Microsoft, they still have obligations to, fulfill the contracts that they've signed with Sony. Obviously, I don't have these contracts. I don't know what they say or what the agreement is, but you'd assume that they've agreed to make this game on the PS5 as a console exclusive for however long. And so this is what they're going to do. They obviously have to fulfill that commitment. And Microsoft isn't going to get in the way of that, as it would just not make any sense for them to do that. Now, does this mean that we're not going to see Deathloop on Xbox at any point? I highly doubt that's the case. I think this game is most certainly going to be on Xbox afterwards. However long that takes, I'm not sure. I don't imagine it'll take too long. I mean, it's on the PC and the PS5, so it can't be that hard to make an Xbox version of it as well. But time will tell, and I'm very curious what's going to happen with these Bethesda games that are timed exclusives to the PS5. I mean, it's a really odd situation, but at the same time, it's not that difficult to understand where they're going with this, as it's just the same as anything else. If you have a commitment to a company, you fulfill it and you move on. And I imagine that's what's going to happen here. But that's all I have for you guys in today's video. Love to hear from you guys. Tell me what you think about this Final Fantasy XVI news. I mean, I guess it's nothing too surprising or too new to us, but do you think this is going to be a long-term timed exclusive, like 2 years, or are we thinking like a year or maybe even longer than 2 years? Let me know about that. How do you feel about this Elden Ring report? Jeff Grubb usually is reliable, and it seems like this is not a good look for him, especially with that Microsoft event looking like it's not going to happen on Thursday as well, which he did report on. And do you agree with Lance McDonald that people are using this as an excuse for their predictions not coming true? Lastly, how do you feel about this whole Bethesda, acquisition with Deathloop coming as a timed console exclusive to the PS5? Do you expect that this is going to arrive on the Xbox at a later date? And as always, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Links will be in the description, and share this video with a friend. I'll talk to you all on the next one. Take care.